Hope you guys are doing wonderful tonight. Now, I want to do a disclaimer. Yesterday, I was live and I did a audio live, and I realized that there's no volume on my live. That was for day 3. That makes me mad because I I feel like I went out of my way to make sure I was reliable and faithful, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I did it. It didn't work, but I showed up. But I'm here for day 4, and we'll recap day 3 in this 4th video. Okay? Hope you guys are having a good day, a great afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are, and whatever time it is that you're watching this. Um, it's the evening for me. It is Monday. Today, I believe, is the 15th. Today's the 16th of March, 2026. Um, Carnivore is going beautifully. Today I did have a Celsius. In fact, I had this one, Tropical Vibe. I researched that some people on Carnivore do have those, and I had one. It was great. I've only had recently tried Celsius. I don't usually do energy drinks. There was a point where I was using the Bang energy drink some years ago, but I'm not an energy drink connoisseur most of the time. But anyway, I'm super excited because I know that I'm on my journey and I'm already seeing modifications that are in the near future, like after day 10. So, like on day 11, I'm going to include some fruit and certain vegetables because I think it really will be like an astringent for all this fat that I'm taking in, um, which I believe is, a part of the carnivore experience. But that's something that my intuition and my body is kind of saying, hey, get you some citrus up in there to wash out some of that fat. And also the fat intake that I'm taking in, it's been about a stick of butter with cooking and coffee and all that, because there's like the bulletproof coffee, which includes the butter, and then there's the cooking with the butter. And so for me, I'm seeing all these videos of eat a stick of butter and da da da. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm like, I don't know if I like eating a stick of butter a day. It's kind of a bit much for me. My body is not loving eating a whole stick. I feel energy. I see that, that I'm doing the carnivore thing, but I think I'm going to reduce it to half a stick of butter. And eating that beef is a lot for me still. Like eating a whole pound of beef is kind of above my pay grade. Hello, Tyreek, Tyreek. Sorry, how you doing? It's a bit above my pay grade to eat a whole pound of beef. So like today, for example, I began eating today at 1 p.m. And I'm like, okay, I'm OMAD eating, but my OMAD is stretched. I let my window stretch for at least like 6 hours because I know that I can't eat all this food. Like the requirement is to eat a lot of fat, a lot of meat, and I'm like, how am I supposed to eat all this in this little bit of time? So what I do is I'll cook myself my food. I'll eat it for about 40 minutes. I'm done. And then after like 2 or 3 hours, I'm hoping to have some more room so I can eat some more of this freaking fatty meal that I'm eating because I'm a carnivore. And I'm like, geez. And so I couldn't eat twice today. I ate once. I ate at 1 o'clock. By 2 o'clock, I was done eating. I made a pound of beef, and for which I ate less than half of it. I made 5 eggs. I ate half of that. And then I had some pickles. I had like pickle spears. Um, can you hear me? I just started streaming 4 minutes ago. But yeah, I had some pickle spears, and the pickle spears were, um, I, enjoyed those. I felt like that was a good way to wash down all this fat that I'm taking in. Um, so, I had a cup of coffee this morning with butter and stevia, no cream. And then tonight I had another cup of coffee with no butter, just stevia and coffee and water, and that's it. Um, It's going well. It's just I'm adjusting to what this way of life is, and I'm also preparing myself to have more options so I can be able to feel a little more like it's sustainable. Like the sustainable uh, carnivore for me includes, some blackberries, some avocado, maybe some of the butter lettuce or arugula, just spruce of it. And then when it comes to the beef, I mean, I half a pound is really too much for me to be eating. I don't know how to eat it. I mean, a whole entire pound. Okay, thank you for coming and joining me. Someone by the name of the Heina says, "Hey, funny question. If I was a speck on your slice of pizza and you didn't see me, what would happen to me?" Well, I would see you unless you were a white speck because I don't eat meat pizzas. I eat cheese pizza only. So I should see you and I should not be eating you because I don't eat people. So, anyways, I hate interacting sometimes because they be having the most troll statements of the world, but it's okay. It's good. So yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you're in the comments because you are keeping the thing like pumping out algorithm. Thank you. But anyway, the point is, my carnivore journey is absolutely going well, and okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not going to engage with the trolling, even though you're harmlessly trolling. I just can't engage. You're distracting me. But anyways, how about I'll just cook my own food and then Heina, there's that. So if that's somebody in the comments, I'm sorry. I'm literally burnt. So yeah, back to the carnivore journey, y'all. So the carnivore journey is very I can't even be focused. I'm about to block you because you're making me smile about silly things. You are being funny, and I'm trying to focus, but you are funny, and I'm silly about it. So yeah, y'all. So back to what I'm saying. The carnivore journey is going great for me. I just want to like be careful. I don't want to go too fat crazy because I just, it's not, I really don't love eating a bunch of meat. I do not love eating a bunch of eggs. I do not love eating a bunch of butter. I'm a sugar cake cookie girl. Like, give me some freaking cheesecake. That's me. I am not a beef person. No, at all. So, this diet is not tempting for me. If anything, it's good for me because it doesn't, I have zero desire to overindulge. Zero. I cannot begin to tell you. And for me, that works out beautifully because at the end of the day, I know that if I don't love it, then I'm going to be able to keep the right boundaries up while doing it. You know, I'm not interested in making a bunch of sugary based or, you know, sugar substitute based carnivore desserts. I personally don't need to be doing that. The furthest I'm going to go with having the sweet sugar taste is going to be a coffee that has stevia in it, or it's going to be a energy drink type thing that I'll have sparingly, like once or twice in a week, and that's if needed. Let's talk about exercise. Exercise. Exercise is around the corner for me, and I really don't think I need to be at the gym, so to speak, because I think I'm more of a go to the park, go to the lake or the beach or something kind of person in the mornings or in the evenings and just make a routine like that so that I can have that tranquility. Because, see, there's lots of tranquility which aids the stress that we all need to not have in our life. Because, see, stress is the reason for a lot of weight gain. It's cortisone, okay? Cortisone is the number one cause. Cortisone is developed from stress, and that is why we have belly fat, as we probably all have seen little bits and pieces on these commercials. I know I learned about it through research, but it's always on the commercials. If you look into your health at all, you will see that it's always there on, informations regarding cortisol. So stress levels have got to be controlled. You have got to control that. And so to me, outside exercise has always been my ideal way to feel positive energy, feel motivated, feel peaceful. And honestly, I'm into edibles. Haven't had any edibles for over a year. Haven't had any of that stuff. But it's going to come a day when I begin to bring that back into my system, because I believe that the number one key to sustaining long life is controlling your health. I don't believe I need to smoke. No. But I believe that the CBD or THC, all of that would be very, very, very beneficial to controlling cortisol levels, as well as tranquility, focus, and honestly, do what's best for you. I think that medicating yourself at 38, I've learned to not be a pothead. You know, years ago, I used to be a major pothead, but not anytime soon. And I don't want to be a pothead. And I love my brain. I love the clarity of my mind. It's a wonderful thing. God made me to be a talking lady and a thinker, and I love my mind. So there's no way I'm trying to depreciate what it is I have upstairs. But I'm just saying, there is a place to wind down. I spent the last couple of years of my life under a lot of stress, under a lot of pressure, under a lot of weight, and I started swimming actually for a while, to combat the stress, to combat the weight of the world that was on my shoulders because of this, that, and the third. And you know, exercise does help with your stress. What I used to do about 4 years ago is I used to have a vaporizer, and I used to start my morning with a vaporizer session, and I used to go straight to the gym, and I used to have the most dynamite workout of my life. And this was a season when I lost, this was within the season, within a 12-month period where I did lose 100 pounds in 6 months, but I went on to lose another about 28 pounds, continuing the journey. So really, within 1 year, I lost about 128 pounds. And I got derailed. Why? Because life happens. Life freaking happens. And I'm telling you, when life happens, it can really be a downer. But you really have to find your footing, because life is going to happen to life still more. And I want to stay on top. That's like the key. How do you get the grip of life and stay at the top? How? Because, like, I have some very great days. I have some very successful freaking seasons. And it's like, I trip and I fall. And when I trip and fall, boy, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's very, very turbulent and stressful. I have about 158 subscribers. Tyreek. Um, so yeah, you know, I'm very excited to just keep you guys updated on my journey. So I wanted to go over day 3 with you guys as well, because like I said, my day 3 video um was muted or something like that. So I was basically talking to you guys about some pain alleviation that I was experiencing. I had some really good wins with pain. When I used to get out of my bed in the morning, I would be leaning over, holding onto my dresser corner, reaching my toes to grab my Croc sandals so that I can have a little less pressure on my feet upon standing. Because once I stood, the problem with all this is the impact felt like 1,000 needles coming into my foot, okay? And it was horrible, just dreadful. So since being on this journey of carnivore, I can attest and let you know that I can get out of my bed now without feeling that pressure of pins and needles on my feet. I don't have to hold on to my dresser corner to alleviate that pressure that I know hurts like heck. I can just get up, and whether if I have my Crocs in or not, I can go to that restroom at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it might be. And I'm just feeling like a lot more energy since being carnivore. I do want to reduce my butter intake and things like that. Yesterday, I did not have a pound of beef. Yesterday, I ate like a fourth of a pound of beef because I ate the leftovers of the previous day because I couldn't finish my food the day before. And so I ate the remnants of that. And um, basically, I had some sardines yesterday. I had 3 cans. I did have some cottage cheese. I had some, what was it? Cheese, regular cheese, about 2 ounces of that. I had pickles. I had eggs. That's what I ate yesterday. Sardines, pickles, eggs, and like a fourth of beef, a fourth of a pound of beef, and that was it. And I had a really good, you know, meal. And I ate that around, I think it was 1:30 or 2 o'clock. And when I ate that meal, I actually got hungry around 7 o'clock at night, because I didn't have enough beef. I'm assuming, or enough protein, or enough fat, or something. Today is day 4. I just went over day 3 with you guys because my day 3 video was muted. But anyway, day 4 for dinner tonight. I did make a pound of beef. I did make um, 5 eggs. I did make that with a stick of butter. I have had a stick of butter today between my coffee and my preparation of my food. I also had what else did I have? I also had lots of water. I had the Celsius just a moment ago, about 30 minutes ago. I have had 2 cups of coffee, and one was with butter and one was just black with stevia. I'm doing a recap right now, just in case anyone is watching live or watching a revisit of my video. Um, I am going to be reducing butter on this journey because I don't think I need to have butter as the status quo suggests, which is a stick a day. I'm going to use half a stick of butter for whatever things I got going on. And then I'm also going to probably do 3 eggs and not 4 or 5. And I'm probably going to just do half a pound of beef. And that's probably going to do it for me because I don't think I need more than that. Um, I'll have my pickles still. And if I'm hungry after 3 hours, then I will then grab me a couple more eggs, maybe um, a quarter of a pound of more beef. Like, I really don't. I'm trying to OMAD this thing within a 6 hour OMAD because, I mean, I can't eat a pound of meat in an hour. So for me, OMAD is once this meal is done. That's 1 meal a day is the completion of the meal. So if I'm gonna OMAD and my meal takes me 6 hours to eat because it's so darn much food and it's so hearty that it takes me over 6 hours to eat my meal, then my OMAD is really just like a fasting window, you know, of what is it, 18 hours. And that's not bad to have an 18-hour fasting day. That's great. But that's really what it is for me because OMAD usually consists of like 1 hour of eating. And I do finish eating my food within like 45 minutes to an hour. I'm done eating. But the meal I prepared is still sitting on the plate. So just because I'm done eating and the meal is still on my plate, that means that my 1 meal a day is not finished. So I should finish this 1 meal. But if I do that, I'm at 6 hours of food. And I'm okay with that because one of the things that I do consume, I didn't do it today, however, because I just feel so freaking full, was protein shakes. I like to have a protein shake on this journey after my meal, like 2 hours later. Um, I may get out of the OMAD mindset, but I kind of like it because at least I kind of narrowed down the food takeover. I hate focusing on food too much. Um, but I do feel like my options of food is pretty simple. Just beef and eggs and cheese and pickles is the main thing I have been eating, and I'm content with that. I do want to add after day 11 or upon day 11, I do want to add a few options, but I want to stay as simple as possible. I don't want to overdo this thing. Um, and if I get hungry, because I'm really considering having just that 1 meal in the 1 hour and make it a 1 hour eating window OMAD, even though my meal is not done in an hour. It's just like a whole bunch of extra food so there. But I think I want to start doing my meals in 1 hour and stop eating, period, and allow myself a protein shake within the next hour. So maybe do like a 22-hour fast situation Because to me, a protein shake is going to be accounted for as food. The protein drink I consume has two net carbs, and it is an organic brand, Garden of Life organic um, protein shake, and so that's what I will go ahead and consider a part of my meal and just call it a day. I cannot eat more than that. It is what it is. I sure wish I could because I know that after I eat, like right now, it is 8:07. I stopped eating at like 2:07 today, and I started eating at like 1. So I had an hour eating window. And I know I'm going to get hungry like around 10 o'clock tonight. I know I am. But that's because, as I already used the restroom, so I've cleared some space there. TMI. But I'm just saying, like, I know I'm going to feel a little bit hunger. Right now, I'm still good. I'm actually thirsty. I need to drink some water right now, actually. Um, I need to drink some water. And it doesn't matter. I think it's good to get into the habit of not eating just because you feel a little bit hungry. That's not a good habit. Woo! That was good. It's not good to eat all day, all night, and so I'm looking forward to learning how to fight those hunger pains, and I don't know how strong they'll get, especially if I take my butt to bed in the next couple hours, so that I can just be asleep and not walking around or browsing whatever the internet or watching movies or something, and having my hunger start speaking to me, And this diet doesn't make me hungry, but um, I just know that, as I know my history of food, I like to feel like satisfied beyond. Like when I was having carbs, I would go from carb to carb to carb to carb, can't stop, won't stop, kind of carb person. And I know for a fact that um, that's not how this carnivore lifestyle is. You kind of eat your food, and you may or may not get hungry later, but it doesn't attack you because your options. First of all, are few. You can't go get no cupcakes, no cookies. You can't go grab a Snickers or something crazy. None of that's an option on this journey. So it's like I don't really want to eat the beef. I have half of my beef, half of my eggs, half of everything except my pickles all the way. But everything else is like half in that plate remaining for me to eat tomorrow. You know, um, and what that means is, you know, I'm not even wanting to eat that. I could have, in my mind, I could have got some more of that in my system on my 5th hour, while on my OMAD eating window. But I'm like, I don't want none. There was this one person that said, if you're really hungry, go grab some broccoli and put it in your mouth and eat it. And I'm thinking that's so funny because we don't actually crave the stuff that is legit food and healthy and like, the good dietary options. We crave the cookies, the chips, the snacks. And that's just the truth. And so I know that if I don't want to eat that beef on that plate, that good beef that I made, if I don't want to eat that food that I prepared, that was delicious, mind you, then I'm not hungry. Those are called cravings, baby. And I'm good on acting on my cravings because that's what got me in this position in the first place. And we are not playing those games, okay? And I like going on a journey, on a dietary lifestyle change when I don't love what I'm eating. Um, there's always like for example eating like all the food groups. I would love eating all the food groups. I would love to eat a potato and a piece of chicken and have some salad or something because that satisfies your desire. But the problem is it promotes cravings, at least for me. And there's certain people that say, well, yeah, I count my calories. I eat hot Cheetos and I eat French fries and I do it all. I eat candy and I do it all, but I just count my calories and I stop. Excuse me. And that's somebody that has some very good practice and self control when it comes to, how much they can eat certain things. And that is to me, phenomenal. That's just not me, you know. I need to have a true freaking boundary up that I give myself, uh, the I give myself the instruction, the directive that you don't get to do this, you don't get to do that, baby girl. You are on a diet or you are on a lifestyle change, and you know, as I live and go on every day, I mean, I really am sincere about everything I try, but I don't see carnivore being the thing that I just do forever. I see it being the thing that gets me at a really good, strong place, health wise and physically, and get the weight off wise. And I do see myself on day 11, as I remain doing this carnivore journey. I see me adding avocado, I see me adding some blackberries, I see me adding like some sort of lettuce options, maybe arugula. I see me adding it as a small side to my meat because I think that'll do my body some real good. And so I'm going to do that and continue on the carnivore journey. The main thing, if you notice the title of my videos, it says no bread, no sugar. No bread, no sugar. That is the key for me. Of course, no bread, no sugar absolutely does mean no candy, no cupcakes, you know, no pure sugar sodas, stuff like that. I haven't had actually any sodas. I had one energy drink today, but that's, you know, that's here or there. My goal is I've had club soda. That's been not club soda. I had a seltzer water. Um, I know I'm going to have some results that are great. Staying away from bread, staying away from sugar, staying away from processed junk that I have been eating forever, right? I'm going to have some good results. I'm going to see some things look pretty good. And so I'm excited, super, super excited to just stay the course and don't be deterred by the cravings that might come up. There are a few things I'm feeling since being on this journey, and you can feel your body kind of changing. Like I woke up, it's almost like you're in a high. You almost feel like you're high. It was a natural high from the food. I haven't had meat for several months, almost. I know I always say, if you guys follow me on this channel, I say August, but I think I actually stopped eating meat around like May because I began changing my choices of what I was eating even before I began on the whole raw thing. That was like phase 2. Phase 1, I think I cut meat out actually in May, and we're in the month of March, so I almost was a whole year without meat actually. I pretty sure we're looking at about 11 months without meat. And so I'm loving it. A 10 to 11 months without meat. And I'm loving it because I feel that change in my body with eating meat. And it feels really like, um, it gives me like a strong, like meditative type feeling in my head. It's like a oh my gosh. It's cerebral. Cerebral. Oh my gosh, I cannot say this word. Cerebral. It's a cerebral high. I can't pronounce it. I see the word in my head. Cerebral. All right. It's a high that you feel in your brain, and it stimulates your brain, and it's like you're sedated. Um, you just feel good. That's how, maybe it's because I'm new. Cerebral. Huh. Maybe it's because I'm new, and my, just like I can remember a long time ago, went to this farm orchard. It was an orange orchard, and this man had these giant oranges, a grove of them. And he had like a post on Facebook where you can get like a large bag of them, like for $5, and it was like more like a garbage bag size of them. I'm like, let me go get these, and I went over there to get the oranges. And me and my mom, I remember we peeled one of the oranges in the car, and I got so high off that orange, boy. It was sativa going on out that orange. I said, this thing got me high. I said, are you serious? Food gets you high. Because you know what it is? It's dopamine, baby. Dopamine is what is really like, I mean, In THC, it's the cannabinoids, it's the terpenes, it's all that. But in food, of course, there are no cannabinoids or terpenes in the food that I just mentioned. But what you are linking up with internally is dopamine and endorphins. That's releasing because the food is like your body agrees with it. And so when your body comes into an agreement with something, you feel good. I mean, it's like liking somebody and now they're touching your shoulder saying, "How are you doing?" You're going to get endorphins and you're going to fall, that dopamine is going to hit you hard. You like that person, so your body's agreeing with them touching your shoulder. It feels good. Certain foods feel good. Now, if you don't like that person and they touch your shoulder, oh no, baby, you might get some cortisol in your belly coming up and you have a fat, swollen stomach now because you don't like that person. Do not touch me. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's important to do what your body is guiding you to do, not in a weird way, but I mean, you might need to sit in the sun a little bit, get some vitamin D that God made for us. You might want to make sure you drink an excessive amount of water. You might want to bend some of the carnivore rules. Go grab you a piece of fruit. Go grab you some salad. There's never any reason to go and eat yourself a candy bar. That's a whole nother. That's just straight falling off the bandwagon. But if you do want to have a candy bar and it's a special day like your birthday, you want to have a piece of cake and you're on this journey, I say have your piece of cake. But outside of that kind of extreme special day, and I mean one birthday, one slice of cake, I'm not having any cake. Do you know how many holidays I gave up during any of my many different journeys I've been on in my life? I have given up dinners, cakes, everything on for years. I'm very known in my family to stay focused when game is on. So I'm not going to lose that reputation. Nor is it's not natural for me to want to sabotage my results while I'm focused, while I'm on the road. When my results get sabotaged, it's never because I just had to eat something from a birthday. It's always something else. Usually has to do with something very personal happening that is just making me feel like I can take a break. And I deceive myself because, I do like cupcakes and cookies, so I just get lost in the sauce. But I can't keep getting lost in the sauce. I'm too old for that. I am getting older and older, baby, and I just don't want to get lost in the sauce anymore. I want to do what it do. Um, I'll probably do this carnivore thing for the first 90 days, evaluate how I feel. Even every day, I'm evaluating how I feel. I already know I need to cut my butter down, and I already know that um, what I'll probably do is like tomorrow, eat the remainder of my food, but day 6, what I'll probably do is have the whole pound of beef and then like maybe 2 ounces of cheese and no eggs. Because those eggs be filling me up like a lot. I need the beef more than I need the eggs, I think, right now. Or I have seen like eating eggs close to the yolk as possible is really good for energy. I might start my morning with like 3 eggs that are lightly cooked. I like over easy eggs anyway. Do that. And start my morning with 3 eggs with about 2 tablespoons of butter to cook them. Excuse me. And gotta. Okay. Give me like 3 eggs with um with 2 tablespoons of butter, and that should do me. That should do me. And so that's what I'm probably gonna do, just and see how I feel. If the eggs give me the energy that I need to try to get in my system. Hopefully over easy eggs, very lightly over easy eggs, so I can get the yolk. The yolk is supposed to have this energy that I would like to feel. Eat the eggs by themselves, with 2 tablespoons of butter, and see if the eggs give me energy. Have some water and see how that feels. I may get out of the OMAD box because I do not actually want to overly gorge myself. I don't think I like how that feels sitting through a meal and in my head I'm thinking I gotta finish all this food. I don't like how that feels. I really don't. There was a time where I would eat more food more often, but it's always been because I'm eating like carbs and or even a big salad which has like raisins on it and things that make the salad delectable to me. But beef is a different ball game. I'm not a big old meat eater girl. I've never been. But I'm going to have to eat this meat. And so I rather eat it in portions because I know that, that's probably the best way for me to actually get it down and not feel overwhelmed. I don't want to make this complicated. Okay. Um, I really don't. So I think the best thing for me to do is to maybe stop OMADing and maybe do, because my OMAD was 6 hours anyway. So it's not like I was really forcing myself to do all this in an hour. In 6 hours, I still am having issues eating all this food. So, like, my appetite's not returning to finish the food. That's like the thing. I eat the food 1 hour. I'm like, okay, I'll eat some more after like 3 hours, and I don't feel hungry anymore. I can't eat the food again because I'm no longer hungry. And so I'm like, they say that one of the things with carnivore is you're not eating enough food. So I know to eat a pound of ground beef should be reasonable, should be what I should be striving for based on all the videos I've seen. But they do say the first month of carnivore, they want to like kind of like gauge your appetite. My appetite says eat half a pound. So I'm gonna do half a pound and maybe also like 2 cans of sardines and then like in the morning do 3 eggs over easy, lightly over easy, so they're like soft and very yolky, and half a pound, 3 cans of sardines, 3 eggs, and then just half a stick of butter for the whole day, and water, seltzer water, coffee with stevia, and if I want the butter in the coffee, once again, my max butter is half a stick. And that was not the case until like as of tomorrow. That's exactly how we're going to do it. Half a stick of butter. I cannot eat no whole stick of butter every day. I have done that for the past 3 or 4 days every day, and it's not the business. It's like I don't think that's a good thing to be eating a whole freaking stick of butter. I don't, for me, think that's the way it goes. I saw some very uh, kind of popular carnivore person, and the carnivore person, hey front door knob, who is you talking to? I'm talking to you, obviously. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm talking to all and everyone that joins me on this channel, and welcome to Constant Motion with Tori. Um, but at the end of the day, I would like to just uh, take my own body into account and what it's telling me to do. And like I was saying, there's a pretty prominent carnivore leaderish man. I don't know his name, but he's pretty popular, has a lot of views. And he says he doesn't believe in the butter thing. So I feel him on that. I'm only going to use the butter, and in my case, because I have eggs to prepare, and maybe like 1 tablespoon of butter in my coffee, and I'll have no more than 2 cups of that. And this coffee I'm having right now um, is without butter. Okay, but I sure have some coffee. It's just stevia and water and coffee. I don't personally want to just get all hooked to butter. Butter is not uh, something I want to get hooked on. I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, I have been live for a minute here. I am literally talking, and I love to have a good chat. I mean, I can chat it up on here. Like, I can talk, okay? You can just give me a microphone and, like, just let me sit and talk to you. I will talk to you. I will talk to you, okay? I'm a talker, okay? I will talk. So hit the like button if you have nothing else to do and you want to hear my journey about my carnivore experience. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm excited. I have some choices to make. I'm sitting here thinking about how we're going to modify this journey. It doesn't matter. Even if I like try something, we're going to try a few different things so we can figure out what works. Right now, we are definitely saying no to sugar. And right now, we are definitely saying no to bread. And everything is going very well so far. Super excited, super thrilled, super blessed. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in, for joining me. Okay? I'm so humbled that you guys are watching this video right now. And I hope that you are having a blessed time and a blessed day on your journey as well, in whatever path you're choosing. Be it carnivore, ketovore, keto, low carb, vegan, raw, fruitarian, breatharian, okay? Do what you do. And whatever you do, be true to yourself, and all will be well. Okay? So you have a blessed and fabulous day. Shalom, shalom. Peace.